90-Day Fiancé star reveals shocking reason he's refusing to divorce wife right now. One of the husbands from 90-Day Fiancé Happily Ever After decided to end his marriage with his wife, but he has chosen to delay filing for divorce because of a shocking motive. In 90-Day Fiancé Happily Ever After, Season 9, many couples are currently facing challenges in their marriages, either due to communication issues or differing future goals. Elizabeth Pothist and Andre Castrovet are at odds over relocating from Florida, USA, to Moldova. Cara Bass and Guillermo Royer are struggling to support each other's career ambitions. Gino Palazzolo has kicked Jasmine Pineda out of his house as their open marriage continues to fall apart. Despite Jasmine's denials, Gino is fully prepared to move on from their relationship. In a recent episode of 90-Day Fiancé Happily Ever After, Season 9 via NJ, Gino confessed that he wants to divorce Jasmine. However, he mentioned that he isn't in a hurry to start the legal proceedings. While shopping at a local thrift store in Michigan, Gino disclosed his reason for stalling the divorce process. He said, "I would prefer to wait for a recession when the market completely drops because I don't want to share money with Jasmine for free." When Gino and Jasmine first decided to consider an open marriage, it seemed like they could work through their marital issues and eventually return to being exclusive. However, it seems that their marriage crumbled as Jasmine continued to have an intimate relationship with Matt. Gino now believes that she may have been unfaithful to him even before they agreed to an open marriage. His behavior indicates that he no longer wants to make amends with Jasmine and is instead interested in exploring his new connection with Natalie. Despite feeling upset about the end of his marriage, Gino is making responsible financial choices for himself. Gino is intentionally delaying filing for divorce because he may be exploring a loophole to avoid splitting assets with Jasmine, or he may be waiting for the market to drop. Divorce paperwork can be complicated and time-consuming, so he may be putting it off until there is a pressing need for him to sever all ties with his wife, particularly if his new relationship with Natalie becomes more serious. Gino has always been savvy with money and is known as a penny pincher in the franchise, so it isn't surprising that he is stalling the official divorce paperwork, which could impact his net worth. Although Gino has stated that he is waiting for an economic downturn to begin the divorce process, it's possible that he's struggling with an emotional hesitancy about moving forward. After being together with Jasmine for over 4 years, he may still have lingering feelings. In a twist more emotional than anything scripted for reality TV, 90-Day Fiancé star Brandon Myers has stunned fans by revealing why he's refusing to divorce his estranged wife, Yulia Petrova, despite living in separate homes for nearly a year and rumors swirling about a secret romance on his side. Brandon, a Season 9 fan favorite known for his awkward charm and quiet loyalty, sat down for an emotional interview on the tell-all unscripted spin-off and opened up in a raw, tearful confession that left castmates speechless and fans reaching for tissues. "Everybody thinks I'm weak for not signing those papers," Brandon began, shifting uncomfortably in his seat as host Sean Robinson looked on with gentle concern. "But what they don't know is, I'm not staying married because I want to hold on to Yulia. I'm doing it because of her mother." The audience fell into a stunned silence. It turns out the real story behind Brandon's reluctance to finalize the divorce is far more selfless and heartbreaking than anyone imagined. Yulia's mother, Valentina, a soft-spoken Russian woman who had visited the couple during the filming of their original season, had recently been diagnosed with an aggressive form of early-onset Alzheimer's. She now lived in a care facility just outside of St. Petersburg, but in a bittersweet twist, she still believed her daughter and Brandon were deeply in love. "She doesn't remember much," Brandon explained, "but she remembers our wedding day. She asks about me constantly. She calls me her American son. And Yulia and I just can't bring ourselves to tell her that it's over." As fans will recall, Brandon and Yulia were a mismatched pair from the beginning. He, a small-town electrician from Indiana with a fondness for hot dogs and baseball. She, a glamorous fashion influencer from Moscow with dreams of Hollywood and high-rise penthouses. Their cultural and personal differences were a frequent source of tension, but their mutual affection for Yulia's mother had always been a rare point of connection. In a voice thick with emotion, Brandon recounted a moment that forever changed his perspective. About 6 months ago, Yulia FaceTimed her mom from my house. I hadn't been there in weeks. I just stopped by to pick up mail, and when Valentina saw me in the background, she lit up. Her face just transformed. She told the nurses, "That's my American son. He's such a good husband. Look at them, they're still together." And I couldn't correct her. I couldn't break that joy. According to Brandon, he and Yulia reached an unspoken agreement. They would keep the legal status of their marriage intact for the sake of Valentina's peace of mind. They would even occasionally stage phone calls together while Valentina listened, acting as though they were still the globe-trotting couple seen on TLC 2 years earlier. "Yulia and I aren't romantically in love anymore," Brandon clarified. "But in some strange way, we're more united than ever. We're doing this as a team. For her mom. It's the one thing we can still do together that feels right." Yulia, who declined to appear on the episode, later released a short statement on Instagram. "Please don't judge what you don't understand. Brandon and I share a history that goes beyond romance. Right now, we share compassion, and sometimes that's even more powerful." Predictably, the 90-Day Fiancé fandom had wildly mixed reactions. Some praised Brandon's act of loyalty as the ultimate gesture of kindness and integrity. Others speculated that the story might be covering up something more complicated, perhaps legal entanglements, immigration concerns, or a mutual financial arrangement. But close friends of the couple insist there's no ulterior motive. "Brandon has always been the guy who puts family first, even when it wasn't his family," said fellow castmate Jibri Bell. "This isn't about dragging things out or playing games. This is who he is." Insiders close to production also revealed that TLC had initially urged Brandon to lean into a dramatic divorce arc for an upcoming spin-off. They pitched a whole storyline: lawyers, fights over property, custody of the dog. A producer shared anonymously. But Brandon shut it down. He said, "This isn't entertainment. This is about someone's mother losing her memories. I'm not turning that into drama."